All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to the May 15th, 2023 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please rise and join me in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board. To my left is Vice President and fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill. To my right is fellow Commissioner Barbara Lewis. Our County Administrator Tracy Davies, Deputy Administrators Don Houston, Eric Hostetler. Our clerks Jennifer Walraven and Sarah Nova. We can begin.
Resolution number 23-401, in the matter of approving electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held May 11th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-401. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment today. That brings us to item number 3, resolution number 23-402, in the matter of approving purchase orders and announced certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0512 and memo transfers in batch number MT APR 0512.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-402. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-403, in the matter of approving travel expense request.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-403. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-404, in the matter of honoring Rock Jones on his retirement as Ohio Westland's president.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? I know we don't have anyone from Ohio Wesleyan in attendance this morning, but obviously this is a nice recognition that I will be presenting this evening at the Strand for the event there in honor of Dr. Jones and his wife, Melissa, and very looking forward to that, which I'm sure will be well attended. Rock has been a tremendous asset to the community in terms of leading Ohio Wesleyan in through turbulent times, to be sure. And Ohio Wesleyan's far better today than it was 15 years ago when Rock got here. A lot of facilities improvements, curriculum improvements, interactions with the community, the Entrepreneur Center. I mean, just a lot of good things under his leadership. So, again, won't read the resolution here, but we'll have it tonight, and so we'll take a vote, please.
Vote
Unless
on
you have
motion.
other comments?
No, I'll be there as well tonight and look forward to it.
Oh, he's been just wonderful to work with, reached out
Yeah.
and been so helpful on so many issues, a real leader.
Yep. Okay, Jennifer.
Vote on motion 23-404. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-405, in the matter of honoring Delma Jackson as a 2023 Delaware County inductee into the Central Ohio Senior Citizens Hall of Fame.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Again, I don't know that we have we're going to have a person from this family here today, but I'll be doing the honor of recognizing this one and the next honoree at the Ohio Senior Citizens Hall of Fame luncheon tomorrow or Wednesday. So look forward to that. And again, a couple of really nice awardees. They've done a lot for the community. You can read it. They've been very busy. Meals on Wheels and Lions Club and let's see, Leukemia Society. I mean, just all sorts of contributions in many ways. So it's nice to honor them. Let's take a vote, Jennifer.
Vote on motion 23-405. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-406, in the matter of honoring Eileen Brenner as a 2023 Delaware County inductee into the Central Ohio Senior Citizens Hall of Fame.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Just on the other honoree, what really struck me was, let's see, 1,000.
Yeah, 1,100 hours.
Yeah, 1,100 hours for volunteering on Meals on Wheels, 17,000 miles,
Right,
and then she has done some other things. So,
Right. Yeah,
And
both of these are very deserving awards.
right, yeah. And then the Lions Club, as you mentioned, for Eileen and helping international students. I mean, once again, yeah, just great credentials.
Yep, a lot of good people in this county,
Yes.
dedicated community volunteers. All right, Jennifer, let's vote.
Vote on motion 23-406. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-407, in the matter of setting the date, time, and place for a public hearing for consideration of a petition from the Concord Township Board of Trustees requesting the board adopt a resolution ordering the vacation of a portion of Riverview Drive on the plat of Lucy Depp's Park Place addition located in the unincorporated portion of Concord Township, Delaware County, Ohio, under the special procedures of RC 5553.045.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 23-407. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-408, in the matter of establishing the maintenance account, approving the maintenance easements, and certifying the drainage maintenance assessment collection percentage for 2024 for the Kingston 2017-1 Drainage Improvement Project.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Brett Bacon, Deputy Administrator, Delaware Soil and Water Conservation District. This is our project on Kilbourne Road that was constructed, the majority of it was constructed in 2022, and we had a few loose ends that we had to finish up. Project came in right at the final hearing estimate of $120,661.14, and we would recommend your approval.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-408. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-409, in the matter of establishing the maintenance account, approving the maintenance easements, and certifying the drainage maintenance assessment collection percentage for 2024 for the Kingston 27-2 Drainage Improvement Project.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
This is the project along the CAD on Todd Street Road. Construction started late in '22 and finished up this spring. Also came in at the final hearing estimate of $62,722.56. And again, we would recommend your approval.
Okay. Comments? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-409. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-410, in the matter of declaring county personal property obsolete, unfit, or not needed for public use.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Tracy Davies, County Administrator, filling in for Director Fischel. The treadmill at Medic Station 2 is broken and cannot be repaired and has been replaced, and due to the cost, we need to ask for your approval for disposal.
Comments, questions? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-410. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-411, in the matter of approving the grant agreement and funding application by and between the State of Ohio Department of Youth Services and the Delaware County Board of Commissioners on behalf of Delaware County Juvenile Court.
So moved.
Second.
Good morning,
Discussion.
Karen Watkins, Fiscal Coordinator for the Juvenile Court. This is our annual grant agreement with the Department of Youth Services. It funds several of the programs that we have running, excuse me, over at the Juvenile Court. This is a standardized agreement across all 88 counties.
What's the grant dollars? I'm not sure I saw it in there.
I'm sorry, the what?
The grant dollars on this one?
The anticipated for 2024 is $602,000.
Okay, good. Okay. Comments or questions? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-411. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Karen.
you.
Resolution number 23-412, in the matter of approving right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Rob Riley, Chief Deputy Engineer. These are all routine utility installation permits, recommending approval.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 23-412. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-413, in the matter of approving modification number 1 to the professional services agreement for general engineering services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
We currently have IBI Group under contract to perform engineering services. We would like to request a modification to increase the total allowable compensation under that agreement for them to perform some additional work.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-413. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-414, in the matter of approving a transfer of funds, supplemental appropriations for the engineer's office, Red Bank Roads resurfacing shoulder widening project.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Interest in this one.
I do.
This resolution involves the Red Bank Road resurfacing and shoulder paving project. This essentially handles the accounting for that federal grant we'll be receiving for this project. It's about a $1.3 million total project. Again, involves resurfacing Red Bank Road from Smothers up to Gorsuch Road. We'll be receiving roughly 60% of that project cost as a federal grant, and so that's what this does.
I'll ask for Commissioner Lewis. When's the work gonna be done?
Yeah, thank you.
That work should happen this summer. It'll probably take 3 or 4 weeks to complete. We're waiting on a schedule from the contractor.
Okay. That answer your question?
Thank you,
that didn't
thank
ask?
you, yes, yes.
All right, vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-414. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-415, in the matter of approving the plats of subdivision for Mulberry Estates, Olentangy Falls East, Section 4, Ravine Run, and Evans Farm Marketplace, lots 8885 and 8886, Division Number 1.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Each of these plats has received all the necessary county approvals and recommending your approval.
Where is the Mulberry Estates project?
That is located in Genoa Township off of Big Walnut Road. It's on the north side of Big Walnut Road, just west of Old 3C.
Okay, okay. Very good. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-415. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-416, in the matter of approving an owner's agreement for Mulberry's Estates.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
This is just our standard development agreement for the street and stormwater improvements for this subdivision. It includes 6 lots, so it's a small subdivision.
Okay. Vote, please, Jennifer.
Vote on motion 23-416. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-417, in the matter of approving plans, specifications, and estimate, and setting the bid dates for the project known as Dell CR 163-4.31 Warrensburg Road Bridge Rehabilitation.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
We are now ready to go out to bid for this project. This will involve rehabilitating the existing truss over the side of the river at Warrensburg. Again, we've been very successful in bringing some of our federal tax dollars back to Delaware County. This project we funded 95% through the federal local bridge program, and so schedule for this project would be they could actually start work as soon as July. I think it will probably start later in the fall, maybe through the winter. They actually have until July of next year, but they'll have to order structural steel, and I expect that to take a number of months to get the steel in. So, looking forward to getting this one done.
Is it, so are they gonna replace the bridge or relocate it? Where will the new bridge go?
Yeah, so this will just be basically fixing up the old bridge. It will still, all the main structural members will be left. The truss will remain.
Okay.
The floor system basically gets completely replaced. The beams basically under the truss will be completely replaced, new wearing surface, a new deck. The truss itself is actually in pretty good shape. It's just the floors of these trusses notoriously fail before the rest of the bridge because it's a flat surface and it just holds all the water. So.
Okay. Is it gonna be closed then? I assume it looks like it'll be closed for a while.
It will be closed for a period of a few months. We'll know more once we award a contract and get a schedule exactly when the contractor plans to do the work. But again, they have until next July to get the project done.
Okay. Very good. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 23-417. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
That brings us to administrator reports.
Nothing from me today.
I have nothing either, thank you.
Mr. Hostetler, nothing? Okay. Commissioner Merrill?
Just have one thing, actually two. We had a CCO board meeting Friday, pretty intense conversation on a couple of topics that I won't go into detail here, but I think we made some good progress on those particular issues. Also today, in addition to the event tonight for Dr. Jones, we have a Historical Society, the Barn event, I'll call it that.
Yeah.
Basically, the work they did on the barn. I think it's at 3 o'clock today, so I'll also be attending that.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay. Mr. Lewis?
Nothing to report.
Okay, just a couple of things. We did have an investment committee meeting Thursday, that went well. Subco had a quick board meeting Friday morning. I got a couple things to update you on, Dawn, if you want to chat later this morning. Sure. No major issues or decisions out of that, but a couple of small things. And then we've already talked about the Strand and the Centralized Senior Citizens Awards, so.
I do have, at the SEPCO, at the course of the meeting, they mentioned SEPCO is going to be looking into possibly providing insurance to other than township,
Yes.
other than counties. So,
That is one of the topics that we are considering moving forward with, looking at cities, villages, and townships in addition to the counties. Because apparently there really isn't a comparable organization to SEPCO in those, that provided health insurance for those jurisdictions in like SEPCO does, on a big scale. So, yeah, interesting topic. Executive session, Jennifer, we got a lot of
Yes.
topics today.
We do. Resolution number 23-418. In the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of employment and compensation of a public employee or public official, to consider the purchase of property for public purposes, and to consider confidential information related to economic development.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 23-418. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
We're now in executive session.
Thank you.